Hi and welcome back to the Cheshire TV show with Ian and Alex Story. In this week's episode, we went to meet Angie Wright from Creative Cheshire Gardens. She owns a landscape gardening company, and we went to meet her at a garden that she's designed in Hartford.
Plus, there's going to be all the usual property bits and pieces, including a buy-to-let deal, a fantastic fresh-to-market home, and just sold. So now, let's go meet Angie.
So Angie, thanks for taking the time to come and meet us in this lovely Cheshire rain. Do you want to start off telling us a bit more about your business and when it started?
Yeah. I started Creative Cheshire Gardens last year, so it's only just over 1 year old. It does garden design for all sorts of gardens, big, small. We don't have any particular perimeters on what we do, but the reason why I started doing garden design was because we moved to the area. We've only been here 3.5 years and moved into a new house, which had a really blank canvas as a garden, just basically...
They tend to, don't they?
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Just turf and some fence panels. Yeah. So we needed to get some people in to give us some quotes for some work to be done. And doing so, it was really hard to find someone that actually was going to give us what we wanted. And anyone that was actually really good at communicating and getting back to people and
reliable, that's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah. We just really struggled finding people that were going to do a really good job, and so I saw there was a big gap in the market. That actually, if you just have a service, be able to communicate well and get back to people, be reliable.
Yeah. It sounds simple.
Yeah, it sounds simple.
No.
I've got a design background, and I've always done my own design work, be it for stuff inside the house or stuff in the garden. So I already had an idea about what I wanted, and I just struggled finding someone that was actually giving their creative ideas for the space that we had, and something that was personal.
Exactly. Sort of understand your vision.
Yeah. And I didn't have all the ideas, but I just wanted someone to come in and have like a bit of an open mind and give us some ideas too. And I thought, well, actually, I can do this. I can do this for other people, and I can go into their spaces. I can visualize things really well. But my husband's saying that, on the other hand, it can't visualize things at all. So I've always designed and drawn things by hand, but then also I use software. I've always used software to make things look more realistic and real lifelike.
So you can show the clients.
Yeah. So I thought, well, actually, if I do this all the time for things I think I'd like to present to my husband, and we talk to my friends, and I thought, well, if I can do this with them, and I can see there's a gap in the market with gardens. Done loads of design for in the history of my career, inside the house and outside the house. So I thought, well, actually, my kids are off at school now. Now's the time where I can actually...
And we're on an estate in Hartford today, aren't we? The new Red Row estate, and in this lovely garden here. So I suppose it's a great place for you to have started your business because of the amount of new houses with blank canvases.
Yeah.
And people maybe with a certain budget that want to have a nice outdoor space.
Yes. No, there's tons.
It's a good fit, isn't it?
Yeah. There's loads of new homes, and lots of new people to the area.
Yeah.
Being a new person myself, it's really lovely because I know how easy it is to meet new families.
And the developers just keep it as low maintenance as possible, don't they? So literally just turf. So it's nice to add a bit of personality as well.
Yeah.
And how are you getting your clients so far then?
So at the moment, it's actually just been word of mouth.
Okay.
my kids have just started a new school and loads of new mums. So I'm in the same position as they are. You want to meet new people, you want to see what's going on in the area. So it's all been word of mouth. Great friends have recommended me. I did a couple of jobs just for friends, for free to begin with, and they liked it, and I could then show other people the pictures of the work that I've done. So it's all been word of mouth at the moment, so that's promising.
I was just going to ask actually how you're enjoying living in the area, because obviously you've only been here for 3.5 years, did you say?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a change from where you were, is it?
We used to live in Hertfordshire. We moved up here for my husband's work, and I think the time we moved was probably what made it really easy as well. We moved up when my eldest son started primary school. Youngest son was in nursery, so you meet loads of people in those environments, don't you? And everyone's starting school, so everyone's in the same position. You need to know about the clubs they can go to, what things
So Facebook helps with stuff like that as well, like new groups and sharing things.
And because everyone's brand new. When I started, the kids started school, then everyone was asking to join clubs. Where's good to go out pubs really close, and where are the nurseries? So that's been really easy. And I mean, everyone always said, oh, up north everyone's really friendly, but actually they really are. They really are. It's true. And it has just been really nice that people are just friendly and willing to help out when they know you need a bit of help with getting to know the area.
Yeah, that's fab. Could you, before we finish, just briefly talk us through this garden then here?
Yeah, so this was a garden we did last year. And this year all the plants have gone in. That's the other thing with gardens, they always take quite a while to actually come to life. Plants should only really be planted preferably during springtime or at the end of the summer. So when people want instant gardens, it's not always realistic.
No.
So the design, I always say, is the first thing to do. And as soon as you've got a plan, then it will take probably about a year to then actually develop into what you want. And then probably about a year after that for the plants to actually grow into it and feel like what you probably want it to. They wanted here a couple of spaces to be dual purpose, really. So they wanted an area for the kids to play, and then family entertaining, barbecuing. They wanted some really lovely features to make it a bit more wow and not just a normal garden. So we've got the fire pit area, and then we've got the sweeping path which goes round to the water feature, which is just the other side of this seating area here. They've got a really big family, so they wanted to have enough space for everyone to sit and come round.
And enjoy it.
But then they didn't want it to feel too like they've got lots of seating areas for when it's just them, so when it's just the four of them.
I suppose the walls would help if you could sit on the walls.
So the walls basically double up as benches. Seating, So we've levelled them so that they are seat height.
So they are,
Yeah.
Mentally noted.
Yes.
We've already told you about our garden, very much a blank canvas.
Yeah. And then just behind you, you've got the seating area, which is like a living room, basically. There's lots of trends at the moment around gardens, and one of them being outdoor living spaces. So to have basically a living space that you had inside or outside, which should be transferred outside.
Just not today.
Not today.
You can't
it's
fit
not
the
too
weather.
bad. The rain is easing off.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Yeah, we can't moan too much. Easter was lovely, wasn't it? We were lucky to have a long weekend.
I know.
So,
Well, that's the thing. The weather has been amazing.
Yeah,
but,
we get spoiled though, don't we?
The odd weekend, and we think we're going backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Fab.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to meet us today, Angie.
Thank you.
And back to the studio. I've really enjoyed looking at that garden. It really gives you some ideas what you can do with, a big garden like ours. It's
Absolutely.
a bit of a blank canvas. Isn't one of your degrees in garden landscaping?
It is, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out.
No problem.
Okay, right, now it's time for a buy-to-let deal. Cheshire Landlords. I found another good buy-to-let deal for your portfolios. This property behind me here is on the market on Whitlow Lane in Malton on the edge of Northwich. This is a modernised 2-bedroom semi-detached house, and it's on the market for 109,950. Now, let's assume you could get the property for £105,000. You're going to easily get a rent of £575 per calendar month, which is a good yield of 6.5%. Now, it's on the market with Graham Watkins & Co, and I'll put the Rightmove link in the comments below. Hi, welcome back. Cheshire Landlords, that was another decent buy-to-let deal for your portfolios. Please contact me if I can help at all with anything relating to lettings. Okay, now it's time for our lifestyle feature, and we're going back to Hartford Golf Club. Hi guys, I'm back here at Hartford Golf Club with club in hand, and today I'm going to get a few tips off the pro Adrian.
Okay, Ian's asked me what his biggest weakness is, just as a quick tip for the day. I think his biggest weakness is he doesn't use his body as well as he could do. So it's called a failure to rotate. So what we're going to do is take him through a couple of little tips and teach him how to turn his body correctly. So you're not using your legs particularly great, so that's one of your biggest weaknesses. So we're going to take you through how we're going to turn through.
Yeah.
So the first thing you need to feel is your finish. So I'd like you to face the target, put your feet together, squeeze your knees, yeah, as tall as you can, keeping your knees tight, swing back onto right tiptoe. Point at the target and fold your hand past your ear. Keep turning to get to the car park. That is follow through.
Okay.
That feels strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what you want to do now is face me. This is where we're going to hit our golf shot from. Lean in from the hips. Put your right hand out and put a little bit of flex in your legs. Now what we're going to do is turn through to that position from here as fast as we can. So I'll do it first. On the count of three, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to follow through to that position. You see?
Yeah.
Quick as you can. So 1, 2, 3, go. Keep going. You're going to use your legs. Right up onto the tiptoe. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn hard and fast. You ready? Lean in again. 1, 2, 3, go. There you go. Starting to use your lower half to a posy finish. Can you see?
Yes. Okay.
Now if I give you the club now. Good. Really good. So the first swing when Ian came in is on the right, and the new rotating swing is on the left. And you can see similar back swings and then a very different follow through. So here the hips have turned much fuller, facing the target, and here the legs are splayed, which create more power, more consistency, using bigger muscles.
It was good to go back to Hartford Golf Club, actually, wasn't it? We both had a few golf lessons since then.
Yeah, really good. And the driving range there is very good as well.
Yeah, I want to try and book in a few more sessions, really.
Yeah.
You've got your charity tournament coming up as well.
Yeah, indeed, which I'm petrified about because I need to be
Need to
better at
get some
golf.
improving in before then.
Indeed. No, it was good. It's a good place, that.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, right, now it's time for a really good feature, which is Just Sold. Hello and welcome to Just Sold. This week I found a superb listing in Allostock. The property here sold on London Road for £1 million in February of this year with Stuart Rushton & Co. Let's take a look. This is a large detached barn conversion in a semi-rural setting. What I love about barn conversions is the cobbled courtyards that they all have, and this one in particular has fantastic gardens to the rear. Internally, the hallway is splendid with the oak galleried landing, and we should take a look at the garden again because for a barn conversion, that is a really large garden. Internally, it's modernised throughout, and I just love the open fields with the horse paddock to the rear. That was a fantastic Just Sold property, well worth a look on Rightmove if you fancy a nosy. And now it's time for my market update. Welcome to my CW6 market update for March. I'll be producing one of these at the start of every month to keep you up to date with exactly what's going on in your local housing market. Please like and share so other local people can also be kept up to date. Now, a great way to take a quick snapshot of the market to see how buoyant things are is to compare the percentage of properties that are under offer to the total amount of properties on the market.
Currently, 30.7% of the total properties on the market in CW6 are under offer. This represents a reasonably healthy market. Most estate agents will be happy with that sort of percentage under offer on their own stock. Going forward into more detail, I'd like to look back to March 2018 when there were 217 properties on the market in CW6. This is compared to 211 in March 2019. The market in March 2019 in terms of stock is incredibly similar to the market of 2018, where there were 33 new listings last year, 25 this year, 19 sales agreed in March last year, 14 this year. The main positive change year on year is that price reductions are slightly down, with 20 last March and 17 this March. This means that agents have been pricing their properties slightly better than they did in the same period last year. Very good news for sellers, which always affects the end price you achieve. Now, this of course doesn't tell the full story, and it's important to look in more detail at the housing market and what's certainly more relevant to you and what's more important is current and latest asking prices and selling prices and how long properties are taking to sell. I'm going to break this down into the type of property to make it more relevant to your house. The average asking price in CW6 is currently £525,000. Broken down into the two most popular house types in the area, the average detached house is £633,000 and the average semi nearly £316,000. It's very important to compare this to the average selling prices. For detached houses, I've looked at January 18 to 19, and the average selling price was £425,000 and is £511,000 in 2019. Excellent news if you own a CW6 home. It's also important to look at how long properties are taking to sell. These figures are for the total time from a property being listed to being taken off the market and the buyers moving in. For the last 12 months, from March 2018 to March 2019, detached houses are taking longer to sell, 17% longer in fact. Yet semi-detached have seen no change in speed of sale at all. Detached houses are currently taking 306 days from going on the market to the buyer moving in and 282 days for semis. Please let me know if you'd like help and tips on how to increase the speed at which your home sells. Now, what about properties that haven't yet sold? I've looked at the most reduced properties in CW6, and today there are 19 unsold properties which have been reduced since they were first marketed. The average reduction is 7.83%, which based on the average CW6 house price of £525,000 means average reductions of around £41,000. In summary, the CW6 housing market is healthy and buoyant, and although new listings are down slightly, the average selling price is considerably up. This should give you confidence if you're looking to sell your CW6 home. However, looking at the amount of unsold properties that have been reduced and still not sold, it's still very important to be wary of estate agents who overvalue simply to get you on the market. I hope you enjoyed the report. Please like and share so that other CW6 people can also be kept up to date with your local housing market.
Thanks for that market update, Ian. All of those market updates can be found on our blog, CheshirePropertyBlog.com. And now it's time for our feature, Fresh to Market.
Cheshire house hunters, I found a special property for you today that's recently come to the market in Allostock. The property behind me here is Hume Hall. The original part of the property is believed to date back to the 15th century, and this is a stunning Cheshire manor house surrounded by a moat with 7,500 square feet of accommodation. As you can imagine, it's absolutely stunning inside and out.
Now this is worth a look if you're looking for a superior home of this quality in the Cheshire area. It's on the market for £2 million with Gascoigne Halman. And what I'll do is pop the Rightmove link in the comments below so you can take a closer look for yourself. That was a really lovely new to market Cheshire property, well worth a look. So next week, tune in, we're going to meet Dave G, who owns and runs Norley Stores. It'll be a really interesting interview with him, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. I was raised in Norley and obviously my parents are there, so it was good to go and see him and chat to him properly.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.
See you next week.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.